Guys, I want to bring on a woman who literally basically has Crystal Manager for breakfast. I mean, Jack Kalaher is unlike anyone that we've ever met. I'm going to say she's knocked the socks off so many people on this team. And I want to give you a little background. So I met her about 9 years ago when we had both first just gotten started in network marketing. And I have admired her hustle, her grind, her vibe, her social media presence, her authenticity. And I literally stalked her. I'm just going to say the honest truth. I stalked her social media and I literally would just think, if she ever does this, watch out. But I knew she was happy. She was having a lot of success. What I really saw is that she had built this incredible community. And she shines different and she just does. And I will tell you, I'm going to let her tell a little bit of this story, but to have her as to have her as a trainer on this call, to have her as part of our organizations is an enormous deal. And I'm so proud of what she's done here. I knew she'd be great, but she's blown the doors off what even I expected. So with that, Jack, I'd love to just get you on.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm honestly very excited to talk to y'all. It took me a long time to even get on the phone for the second time with Jessica. But it was God's calling. Let me just say that right here. First and foremost, I've been in the network marketing industry for close to 9 years. I have 4 boys. My husband was military. We lead all the things. My family knows no boundaries. Hi, bud. No, this is my son, Jackson. He just got home from lacrosse. I love you. I just want to say goodnight. Okay. So 4 boys, we literally lead all the things. So when I started network marketing, I was going through postpartum depression. I didn't even know that was a thing. That was about 10 years ago. People didn't talk about it. So I heard about Beachbody and someone was like, you can make income from home. Again, my husband was in the military and I was like, yes, money from home. That's what I need. I can't afford to put my kids in daycare. And I think I need to work out because I really don't like who I am right now. So I had signed up. Jessica, a friend linked Jessica and I up, and I think within a month of me joining Beachbody, we were on a 5:30 a.m. call. I was like, that's all I have, 5:30 in the morning. I have 2 kids. I do all the things. And I mean, I can't even believe what I thought I did then compared to what I do now with 4 kids, double the amount. But I was like, yes. So her and I sat. She talked to me all about the sustainability of the products, of the wellness and this. And I said, that's amazing. I really love what you're doing for you and I'm doing for me. Let's just cheer each other on. It sounds great. So for the past, fast forward to 2023, the past 2 years, both Jessica and Erica have been harassing me to get on the phone. Just get on the phone with us. How can we serve you? How can we serve you? And I'm like, oh God, like, what do you actually want from me? You want me to join your company? I don't want to join your company. I have a company. I have kids that are now being homeschooled because of COVID. And then we decided to keep them in, homeschool them for 2.5 more years. I was like, I don't want to get on the phone with you. I'm not going to get on the phone with you. So I avoided them like the Black Plague, both of them. And I was like, now they're tag teaming me. And I love bomb their stuff. I saw them all the time and I was like, they're so happy. Why are they so happy? It's got to be fake. And I love you girls so much. And I say this out of love. And I still tell the people that I talk to on a regular basis, I'm like, you're going to think it's fake. It's going to be weird. You're going to get on these calls and people are like shiny and happy. And it's 9 o'clock at night. And I want to be in my bed. Usually I'm the one with like the black camera. My camera's on, but I'm in bed hiding. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, fine. Fast forward to October 2022. I was at my wit's end. I was completely burnt out. My kids had just gone back to school after 2.5 years of homeschooling. I was like, yes, I'm going to buckle down in my business, in my Beachbody business. And I was like, I went all in again. And I said, I don't belong here. And it felt really weird because I was like, okay, I've led all the things. I know the company inside and out. I know I can peer pressure people into anything because I peer pressure really fun things and we always have a good time. And so it's great, but I no longer even wanted to peer pressure people to join me. And it had been like that since COVID hit, since before COVID hit, but I kept ignoring it. Oh, I'm busy. I'll just serve my clients. And then I don't know, God, but God, like I can't say anything but God. And finally it was one of those messages. And Jessica was like, can we just hop on the phone? Are you free today or tomorrow at 10 or 12 or whatever, whatever those messages are, to get on the phone. And I heard God say, what do you have to lose? And at this point, I had been praying and begging God. I'm like, I know I love people, but I don't even want to send one more message. My skin is crawling. Like, I don't want to be that hey girl person. I don't want to be that like, oh, you just had a baby? Yeah, let's go do some fitness. It's like, girlfriend, how about you heal your body, take a breath, and be okay with the fact that you just grew a human. Like, I'm not going to attack you in your DMs because you need to get on a fitness program and I can make a whole $40 to make you feel like crap. Like, no. So finally I got on the call with her. Again, another hour. I think I cried for like, 59 minutes out of the 60. And she's like, please just trust me on this. Just trust me. I want to restore your faith in network marketing. And I was like, and she goes, what do you have to lose? And I was like, oh, God, he's listening. Because that's what the phrase was, to get on the phone with her, that God said, what do you have to lose? And I was like, okay, you know what? I don't know. At this point, I don't know what I have to lose, but I can't send another message. I can't do anything. She's like, if anything, just let this network of people, this community lift you up, support you, and run with you. And for whatever you want to do in life, whatever God's divine purpose for you, whatever that is, just let us pour into you. And I was like, yeah, right. Like, nobody pours in, like they just don't. Not like I pour in. I pour in a lot and I love pouring in. It's my heart and soul. I just want to serve, but that wasn't the case. So that was October. I really didn't do anything until December, actually till January, because I was like, let me try the products, see if they work. Let me peer pressure my parents, make them try it, because I have a network of almost 40,000 people. When I say go buy something, they're going to be like, all right. And I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. My integrity, my name, my reputation, my morals, my values, I need to know that the stuff that I'm using is going to change lives. Like, I know the workouts I was using, they change lives. However, I have a lot of 70-year-old friends. I have a lot of biddies in my Bible study that I'm not going to tell them to go do a workout. I'm like, I love you, Miss Jill, but you don't need to be doing Shanti right now. Like, you do need to drink the collagen. You do need the moringa for the inflammation. You do need all these things, and I can meet people where they are. And that's really what got me, is I'm able to meet everybody in my network where they are with the supplements that this company has to offer. So not only, okay, the community's awesome, not only are the supplements amazing, and then Jessica's like, you got to see the comp plan. I said, yes, I do. I understand that I do. However, I don't want to move for money. Yes, I would like to be earning more so I can have more freedom, of course. However, I signed up for Beachbody 8 years ago, to do the workouts, but I also saw the income opportunity. And I was like, yep, absolutely. Sign me up. I want to earn that money from home. I didn't want to make that same decision. I didn't want to come in for money. And I was like, I can't. So I didn't even look at it. And then January came around and I said, all right, God, the stuff works like it says it does. I'll hop on a call maybe here and there, see what these people are about. I asked for, some accountability. Well, Erica got me into the fun run, and let me tell you, I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are crazy, and I love them. And then since then, I've just been running. I've literally hit the ground running. I feel extremely selfish if I keep these products, if I keep this community and this just opportunity to myself. Like, that's the last few weeks, all I hear is selfish. You're being selfish by not sharing. And that's my take. That's what the Lord's speaking through me is, hey, I gifted you this. And that man who led the call, he's 90 something last week. Okay. So I hopped on with Lindsay because I talked to her, a week after I joined her, 2 weeks after I joined, and she said, hey, here's the deal. It's heart and hustle. And I'm going to tell you a story about a man who was 74 years old, who was a butcher. He joined the company. He's leaving a legacy behind. And he said, you don't find isogenics. Isogenics finds you. And when she said that, I was sitting in my swing out back and I was just like, I had full body goosebumps. And I said, that's exactly what happened. I found isogenics 8 years ago. I wasn't even close to ready. I wouldn't even have known what I had my hands on. I couldn't imagine. The gratitude that I have, I wouldn't have appreciated it in this level. I'm like, no, you guys don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get how amazing this is. You don't get how incredible this community is. You don't get how pouring into people. I don't everybody benefits everybody, but at the same time, even if they don't benefit you, they're going to hop on a call with you like Ann did last week in the drop of a dime with Emily and I trying to help us plan events. This is insane. This is God's divine blessing. And so I just feel completely honored, blown away that I'm here, that I'm sitting here. And honestly, that Jessica asked me to lead, because of my last company, I'm knocking on the door. Hey, can I lead something?
Yeah.
can I lead something? Like, I really like leadership and I like inspiring people and I love community and I love connecting people to other people. And it was like, oh, well, I guess if you want to. I'm like, what do you mean if I want to? Of course, everybody wants to. We're natural born leaders. We just all lead in different ways. So that's kind of my story, how I ended up here.
Yeah, I think there's three things to really just highlight there's so much, everything she said is so valuable, but there's three things that I think you can take away as you're building your business. So one is developing relationships. If the worst thing that came out of that conversation 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago, was that I had this great friend. And when Jack says like we cheered for each other, it truly was over the years, like being really invested in what she was up to and her vice versa. And so I remember being on that call with her and just telling her everything we were doing. And she was open and like telling me what her dreams were. And so develop great relationships with people. And then I think she's saying this also, it's so clear, it's timing. So imagine if, we would have given up on each other and just thought, hey, we'll never work together. She's already committed, where somebody's already happy. And when she tells me these stories of what her last experience was like, there are a lot of people, guys, out there that are misaligned. Like I know you're looking at Jack going, who wouldn't be tapping her for every leadership opportunity and raising her up? Who wouldn't have seen that? But there are a lot of people out there that are in situations where they don't know something else exists. They're just misaligned. Oh, so I just want to really point out those three things, is that as you're looking at building your business, focus on quality relationships, love people. Because we build this business with people, and sometimes the relationships may take 8 or 9 years until its timing is right for the person. And just know that sometimes, even if it looks great, a person could be misaligned. They could be out of alignment. They could be unappreciated. They could be in the vehicle that doesn't really make sense for them anymore. And so that's really, I love the story, Jack, of your openness and you heeding that. I texted you the other day and just said, thank you for being open to the whisper. And I just honor that in you so much.
And I do have to say, if I had not, so me joining my other company, I did not grow up in the faith. Okay. So like, yeah, I went to church with my grandma on Sunday. I'm from Massachusetts, originally Plymouth. Erica and I are actually from the same hometown. Woo woo. So didn't know that, but we're like, no, you're that person. My husband's like, no, Jack, I literally know Erica's sister, Kim. I'm like, I don't know if she has a sister, Kim. She's like, yeah, no, I do. So really strange, twisted, but we're from up north. So we just weren't really big into going to church. It wasn't something. And when I joined Beachbody, I had to make friends. I had to go out into my community, and we're a military family. So we move all the time. So if you're military, you get in, you make best friends immediately. And then you move to the next place and you do the same thing. Civilians, and my husband tells me not to call them civilians. I guess we're all just humans now, but that's the lingo. So civilians, it's like, we'll get together and it's 6 months later and you're like, I'm moving in like 6 more months. We have to be best friends now, or I can't be friends with you ever. I'll never see you again. So when I joined Beachbody, I became friends with a bunch of believers, and I was like, oh my God, there's just Jesus freaks. Like, they're all about this Bible thing, but I need to be their friend because I need to sell a challenge pack. I'm not joking. So God used my passion for wanting to earn income for my family to bring me to the women that are my sisters in Christ, that literally helped bring me to my faith, that walked me into the church for a women's group. And so when timing is everything, I needed to be there so that God could use that to bring me to him, so that I could find my divine purpose. And then evolving and growing has really transformed my purpose. I mean, I thought, just the workouts and just this, but last year, one of my best friends, 36 years old, ended up passing from breast cancer. We've been friends since we were 6 years old. And I was like, well, like, I don't get it. And I know I won't understand. She has 3 young kids. And I'm just, I'm sitting here, I'm like, God, this changes everything. Like, I can't go on pretending you can do a fitness program and it will change everything. There's more. There's so much more. And that's why, like, that's really what was like, okay, God's telling me I'm not in the right spot anymore. I'm not meeting people where they're at. I don't have the tools in my tool belt to offer them. So it was just God's divine timing brought me to this very moment. And it's just, looking back, it's gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I couldn't be more grateful to just be here with all of you.
You've been grateful for every dollar. You truly have. Like, I know you've been excited. It's like so fun to work with someone who's excited. So I feel like when you guys hear me write down my attraction statement today, I allow myself to attract people who are coachable, committed, driven, influential, network. God dropped Jack into my life as a a reflection of everything I wrote down. But I love that I've written down excited and you're excited. Will you just react to compensation plan, what you've seen here, why it's exciting? If people know people in other companies, what's exciting to you about the comp plan?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me readjust because it's crazy. One, I don't know why they keep throwing money at us and I don't know how the company makes money. I'm like, okay, that's not my problem, but still, it's not only my self-earning, and that's huge, because when I was in Beachbody, and not to bash Beachbody, because I'm not bashing it. Everybody has their thing where they're at, and I just don't think that's right to bash another company. It's like, this is where we're called, that's why we're here. So they built very wide. So we had, right here we have 2 legs. So most of on the call, if you're brand new, we just have 2 legs. In Beachbody, there was 15. I had to build 15 diamonds. Each diamond had to have 12 in total. It was like this. And I didn't realize how crazy it was until, I saw this comp plan. I'm like, two legs, but where else do you put people? What else happens? And so as we're building, I'm not only seeing myself build, because for me, yes, now that I have a huge network, that's great. I'm earning. I'm not just earning. And this was what broke me in Beachbody. I was there for 8 years. Not one person underneath me earned a full-time income. And I promised them that because I believed it. And I promised them, and I worked with them, and I worked with them. I have tons of them on this call right now that are like, all right. And I shared with them the same thing. I said, you guys, this is what we were looking for. This is why God aligned us all in Beachbody to come here together. This is what we were looking for, because my little sister, Erica, who's actually sitting in my living room right now, she's visiting, she's down there. She earned almost $1,000 in January. I'm like, what? And I know Isagenix does not guarantee any level of success. And there's probably a disclaimer, you put that in right there. You have to work for it, that whole deal. Yeah. But like, she earned almost $1,000. Like, she's a single mom to my beautiful niece. And that money is game changing. She's a waitress, and she's like, she joined me with Beachbody. I don't think she made any money ever. Like, it just wasn't calling to her. It didn't speak to her. And then I have Emily on here, who's running her first event. I have Liz, who's excitedly connecting with all of these people. I mean, it's just changing. Like, they're earning. It's not just Jack earning because Jack's excited and networked and connected and knows all these people. It's people like introverts, extroverts, it's everybody. And that makes my heart, like, I couldn't even believe it when Eric was like, I'm getting paid in one check, $701. $701. I'm like, I just wanted to explode, because I don't want to earn alone. I don't. The money's, yeah, it's great, but I want to help my people earn, to teach them the system, to say, hey, it is important to sign up one person with 2 friends, or one person that has her husband say, hey, you want to do the 30-day reset? Awesome. I'll buy the collagen. You, husband, do the 30-day reset over here, and you get 1 friend. And guys, you get bonuses and products credits. Like, this is not normal. This company isn't normal. It's not even close to normal. And I've compared a lot of network marketing companies, and I love network marketing. Obviously, I wouldn't still be here. But this comp plan, it's just like, there's not much words, except for if you don't take advantage of it, if you don't find someone in your corner, like, I'm setting up 1 person with 2 people all day long. Okay, perfect segue.
You are also one of the most coachable people. I send you a voice note, and in 2 minutes, you have typed out what I said. She's transcribed it, and she's not only sent it back to me to confirm, she's dropped it into a thread with other builders. And so I honor that so much. But to that end, you've plugged into the system and you're finding it's working. Tell people what you're doing. So just real quick side note, guys, so you know how it's working. This is a person who went crystal manager and crystal director on the exact same day. So talk about
literally that. PVC 1, 2, 3. And it's really hard to break your brain, because that's what I've had to do, because we didn't have a simple system. I think women and men brains work differently. We're the ball of yarn, the men's are compartments. I went to a marriage conference back in the day, and that changed my life, because I was like, that makes so much sense. We're a string and we keep pulling it. It all connects, which is so neat. However, we're in 10 different pages at once, and we overcomplicate a lot. PVC 1, 2, 3. The only difference that I have had, the only slight change, is I listened to a call by Joan Jack. Is that her name? She was amazing. I was like, Joan Jack. I was like, this woman is incredible. It was her, and it was someone else. But she offered, and I used to do this in my old company, I always gave everyone just options, because when they have options, they feel more seen, more heard, more like they made a decision versus you're in control. And that's what we all want. So the only slight change, instead of PVC, I do PVOC. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I, instead of in pictures, I had to change it to page because I thought I was just supposed to send a picture to someone. So in my brain, it's page because I add them to the page so they can see other people's testimonials. I literally send step 1 and 2 together, and I'll read it to you right here. I have it saved in my notes, the top of my notes. It's right there. It's not confusing. It's literally called 30-day reset, one called the collagen. Step 1, join this group. I got it from one of you guys. This is not new. This is literally one of you. Join this group and check out thousands of incredible before and after testimonials. Answer a few questions. Awesome. And then step 2, watch the video. Once you're done, let me know. I'll send you my link, giving you wholesale pricing, free shipping, and a free gift. This month's free gift is the incredible Moringa Super Mix with $110 value. With that being said, again, I send them both together, but then I send a voice message because voice message is key. I said, hey, I get everyone set up the same way who wants this information. Everyone's the same way. So request to join the group, watch the video. It might take a few minutes to get into the group, but as soon as you request, whatever, let me know and I'll send you over your options to purchase. And they do. They're like, yep, I requested. I don't care if I'm in the group or not. And yeah, I watched the video. Great. So then my step 3 is fabulous. Okay, now you have 2 options. So option 1, this is Joan Jack. This is not. I'm just coachable, you guys. I just listen to what people who it's working. I just take it and I put it in my own system. So I said, fabulous. You have 2 options. Option 1 is the 60 count for 1 month, then drop down to 1 a day. And that's that 40 pack. I do not give anybody an option for a 30 pack because guess what? If you give away 1, now you're short 1 for the month. Like, and I mean, my kids will steal them. My husband, someone wants to try them and I'll let people try them. But I'm like, well, why wouldn't I just order the 40 count instead of the 30? Because if I get the 30 count, and I give away 1, I have to place now an early order to get more. And so now I'm actually spending more money. I did that in the first month because I was like, wait, this makes no sense. And then I'm like, don't touch my collagen bottle. I don't want to sound stingy, but like, that's mine and I need it because that's my 30-day supply. So I don't even give people a 30-day option or the 30 count option. It's just not a thing. I think it's actually kind of unfair to do that. At first I was like, oh, am I upselling? I'm like, no, my kids literally took 4 of them, drank them because they thought it was really good and they had a fight over it the other night. So option 1 is 60-40. Option 2 is 60 count and then stay there to get really insane results for the first 3 months. And I'll put all this verbiage so you guys can have it. So don't worry about like scrambling it down real quick. And then again, which one works best for you? 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked, but honestly, you need to commit for at least 3 months to truly know the benefits. Our bodies didn't decrease collagen overnight. So 3 months is the minimum to stay on to get some insane results. Truthfully, 6 months out is when we see a tipping point for people and they're like, whoa, but clearly, obviously, as soon as month 1, you're going to be feeling better. And that's step 3. And they come back, they tell me their option, I send them the link. And then I'd send them the 1, 2, 3 video.
Okay, guys, also the magic is this verbiage is awesome. The magic is her certainty and posture. I mean, you're just like, I have to pick. Okay, is it A or B? Okay, simple. I have to pick. I'll let her know. And what are most people saying? What would you say is the breakdown?
60-60.
Guys,
it's wild. Well, I mean, because, and I tell them too, I said, hey, I had a race coming up, which is true. I do race season and I'm a wannabe runner. So race season is the beginning of the year. So I'm like, I know I had a race coming up. So I bumped back up to the 60. If I have some extra, cool, I can push out my order. But if I don't have enough, then I'm placing another order. I'm paying more shipping. It just doesn't make sense to me to not have it in my fridge, to have to go buy more.
I like this question Emily's asking in the chat. Your girl, Emily and James are on here. Emily's asking if we can talk more about posture. Like, how do you have that certainty and confidence? How do you exude that?
Honestly, I would say there's a lot of things, but I pray before I message people. And I ask, just like this call, I pray and I ask God to give me the words. I ask God to give me the confidence. And I'm working every single day. The more uncomfortable you get, the more you do it, it just comes out naturally. Like the first few people that I was sending the voice messages to, and I send them all the time, that was a little awkward. I was tripping over my words. I don't care. I just sent them anyways. Because once I send them, oh, you know what? I like this better. And every time I talk to Jessica and she sends me over verbiage, I write down the words that stick out to me. Like, this product is market disruptive. Literally, people are chasing this company, trying to create things that work. This, like, it's insane. So 10 years, 200 scientists, 50 doctors globally to put this item together. Do you know the collagen molecule is so fragile that if it's actually in a plastic porous container that it's losing its efficacy every time you open that container and just sitting on the shelf because it's plastic. And so going in and doing that research, there's a 13-minute video by Dr. Plant. I watched it twice. It's picking up those key words and spitting them back at people because they're trigger words: oxidation, efficacy. Like those are like, ooh, that's a fancy word for just saying like it loses its, efficiency, efficacy. You just have to pick up on that. What sticks out to you? Regurgitate that and spit it back at people.
Okay, so I love what she's saying. So the video, if you Google Isogenics collagen Dr. Plant, you're going to find the 13-minute YouTube video, or it's on Vimeo too. You're going to see Dr. Plant is going over. He's a Harvard trained scientist, graduated first in his class from Harvard. So Emily, I think one of the things that I'm taking from what Jack's saying is she got this bulletproof confidence from arming herself with information, watching the video, taking some notes on it, what resonated with her. You also said you're getting it from practice. The first couple times you felt a little uncomfortable. Emily, if you knew I practice on, you'd crack up. Oh, you're 16, you're checking me out at Wegmans. I go, do you love this job? Is it awesome? Do you keep your options open for income? Not because I want to recruit them. I'm practicing. I'm practicing. Trinity, who do you know in kindergarten who let the glow up, have more energy, get better skin, higher lashes? Who do you know? I'm practicing all the time. So I want you to just understand that. And then the third thing is you see the results. Like, how can you dispute it? It's indisputable. I get so excited. My posture is so strong because I know it will change your life. So
and I just keep reiterating. I'm like, it's 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you will not offend me. I will love you to the depths of the earth. Like, try it and tell me if you don't like it. Like, but and I don't want to knock it on wood here, but I have over 40 people that I've signed up in the last 6 weeks or whatever. And I haven't had any returns, and I haven't had anybody saying anything that they don't like. And I have everyone being like, actually, I had like a little joint pain, and it's weird because I didn't think it would be gone, but it's gone. Cause I'm like, hey, what's going on? Tell me about your collagen. Did you take your pictures? Cool. Great. Tell me more. Like, I have all these stories from people trying it, and all of your stories from the testimonials page that I still read. And I'm like, wow, like you can't compete with that.
Yes. Look at the overarching team, because I know that people get discouraged. They're like, well, my Shirley from down the road said it didn't work for her at all. Shirley didn't take pictures. She is a known complainer, and she also gets buyer's remorse and returns everything, even like used brushes. So Shirley's not a good example, but we get in our heads and we start believing Shirley. Come and if you need confidence, come and ask someone. Ask a Lauren, ask an Alicia Booth, ask Brandy Brokaw, ask Jack, ask me. Get with somebody who has belief and borrow theirs until you restore or get your own for the first time. Okay, so you are speaking success into your business. So I'd love you to talk about that. When I get messages from you, I'm pumped. I'm like, okay, I won't sleep for 3 days now after I heard this. Talk about speaking success into your business, and then talk about what you're doing mechanically that kind of is a function of the success that you've brought in.
So honestly, I would say the biggest thing for me, and this sounds so silly, but it's what you said. Today I will attract. Every morning, once I started writing down the statement, and I write it I have just a prayer journal book, but every morning I'm writing, today I will attract, today I will attract. And it sounds foolish, but over the 30 days, I started in January. I said, if I'm going to do this, so now actually almost 2 months, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do exactly what Jessica's telling me to do. I'm going to be as coachable as possible. And I'm going to take action on everything. You guys, I'm a person of my word. My word is all I have. So if you say you're going to do 5 reach outs, do 5 reach outs. Not only do you do what you say you're going to do, you're going to build your confidence. It's the 5, 5, 5. I'm like, okay, what were those again? Okay. I have, 5 acts of kindness, 5 follow-ups, and then 5 reach outs every day. Do you know how good it feels to do that? 5 acts of kindness. I didn't have that in my last job. No one told me to go be kind to someone. No one told me to just spread love to someone. And I feel so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just prayed over that person. I was so cool. Or I just sent them love, or I sent them a special message, like really, truly being coachable, designing what you want in your life, and having vision above all else is going to change your entire life. When I heard that Jessica earned $320,000, is that right? Is that the amount your first year? Okay. And then Brandy earned $300 her first year, and she's not even on social. And I said, okay, well, if my vision was, I want to earn $100,000, that'd make a big difference. And I was like, well, why am I selling myself short? Why am I shortening? Why am I limiting my vision for my life? Why am I pretending that I don't want to earn $1 million this year? Why? What's going to happen if I don't earn the million? Am I going to stop pushing for it? No, but I actually know it's possible because these leaders that have gone before us are showing us every single day of what's possible. So my thing is, okay, setting your day up with your mindset first, just to circle back, setting it up. Today I will attract. I do my daily devotionals. I stole a bunch from Erica. I watch their stories. I do what successful people do because they're giving you the recipe for success. They lay it all out in front of us. If you see someone that you want your life to look like, what are they doing? And it's usually on their stories. Erica, I love her. I'm like, oh, what are we doing today, Erica? Like at the first 3 weeks in the business, I was like, I have no energy. I don't want to post anything. I'm just not into it. I'm talking to people in the background, but I go to Erica. Okay, we're reading this leadership one because Erica's reading leadership. I went on Amazon. I'm like, cool. Now I'm in the lead, like just setting yourself up for success, mirroring your lives after those that you want, creating that vision for your life. I want my husband to be free of his job and he only works 4 days a week, but they're 10-hour days. And I want him to be able to do what he wants, travel, go places, not have to put in for work. Like it is okay to want these things. And that's what Lindsay told me. She said, it's heart and hustle. Do not feel bad because you want a better life for your family. Because I was like, oh, I should feel good. Like we have enough. I'm like, I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful. So I should be where I'm at. There's a lot of people who, who have less than me. So I should just be good where I'm at. And I'm like, why do I have to think like that? And Lindsay said it. She's like, okay, heart and hustle. If your heart is aligned with your hustle, then you're chasing after what the Lord's purpose is for you. You have nothing to worry about. Like, this is amazing. And I was like, oh, you're right. I can create that vision. I can want a better life. So that's really what motivates me, is having that vision, is mirroring my life after those successful people. And also, you guys, if you see someone on here that's like, oh, Jessica's out of my league, Erica's out of my league, Brandy's out of my league, Anne's out of my league, those are lies from Satan. That is not truth. Because you know what, if any day of the week, if you called them up and say, can I just have like 5 minutes of your time? Surround yourself with successful people and you will be successful. But if you're going to sit here and you're going to crouch down and say, they're better than me, this and that, that's just a lie. Any single one of these people on the call that I'm like, okay, Brandy's texting me the other day. I'm like, I don't even know these people. And I love them to death, because if I need help, it's right now, or, reasonable time. Like we all have kids here and lives, but still, if I need help, they will give it to you. But if you shy away, you're not going to grow, and you're going to tell it didn't work. It didn't work because you didn't work it, because you let Satan lie to you and tell you that you weren't good enough, that you weren't ever going to be capable of what the Lord called you to. You're here for a reason, a divine purpose. You felt like something was missing. So you jumped into this community. You jumped in when we're like, okay, this is starting to fill my soul a little bit. Okay. But then something happened, and then something happened. So then you pulled back. Because that does happen. But you know what? Don't be ashamed of when something happens. Get back in on the team calls, get back into the team threads, get back in, add value to these people's lives, make them your best friends. I cannot wait to see Anne. I'm going on a road trip. I don't even know. I'm driving up to Massachusetts. I'm like, I don't know where you all live. So send me your locations and I will map out accordingly in May on my way up. Like, it's huge, you guys, what we have here. And truly, it's selfish to sit idly by and not just be coachable, and not just be committed, and not just be driven. All that's within you. We just have to wake it up and shake it and say, like, all right, God, what do I do? Don't get overwhelmed. Don't make it overcomplicated. PVC 1, 2, 3, reach out in the team page, reach out on the threads, just be coachable.
People want to know, are you leading with business or product?
So both. Well, okay. I get on the phone, which I never did in my last company. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I never gave out my phone number. I'm like, no. You found me on Google. That's a lie. That's not my phone number. Don't call me. I won't answer. Like, we just didn't do that. And I didn't know what to say. So I get on the phone for the opportunity. Mm-hmm. And on my Facebook page, I post about the collagen and 30-day reset. Mm-hmm. So I'm, doing both, because for me, the collagen and the 30-day reset is what are my game changers. Those are my transformation tracks. That's what I start everyone off with. And so I share about those two, but literally, if I'm getting on the phone, usually I'm messaging people and saying, hey, I want you on my dream team. I see something in you. I just want to talk to you. What are you doing? What serves your soul? What is your goal for life? Like, what do you want to do? They tell me, I'm like, awesome. Let's hop on the phone. Are you free tomorrow? I have to share this with you. And I'm on the phone all the time. It's so weird. I have phone calls every day and these people actually say yes. And I'm like, oh, don't you have a life? Why would you get on the phone with me? But it's fun.
People love that that connection is really hard to replace. That whole get on the phone, someone hears the passion in your voice. You can ask them great questions. What are some questions that you ask people when you get on the phone with them?
Oh, hold on. Let me get to my note that I transcribed from you when you gave, I was getting on the phone. I said, Jessica, I don't know what to ask you. What do I say? What do I talk to these people about?
I want to tell one quick story as you wanted me to be on the call with you. And honestly, there's a time when I learned this and way too late in leadership, but there's a time when you have to let people go lead. And so you wanted me to be on a call and I was like, Jack, I'm available then, but you got this. You don't need me. And I want you to prove to yourself that you don't need me. And you did an amazing job. And I remember telling you, here's some questions and you
I was freaking out. I was sweating. I was like, I have a call. I have to get on the phone. I just don't like them. Or I thought I didn't like them. So I just said, hey, Jessica, what the heck do I ask? And she just told me, this is straight. Again, I'll share whatever. Ask me. I'll share it all. It's all saved in my notes and pinned up to the top. So it's not like it's hard to find. And she just said, be fascinated by people, ask them questions and really listen. Sometimes I jot down a phrase they say or something that I want to circle back to, or that I think is like, wow, that's an entry point. Like they're saying, hey, I'm struggling with money, or I really wish I was doing this, or I love health and wellness, but to start out, literally, hey, what do you do right now? Like, what do you do today? What's your job? Are you at home? Are you working? They circle. Okay, awesome. Do you like it? Well, yeah, I like it, but I really want this, this, this. Okay, then are you open? Have you done network marketing before? Have you ever heard of this company? Like, tell me more about you. And that's really it. And I have all of these questions. Do you ever share? Do you ever use collagen? Do all these things? And so when I was first meeting with people, I'd be on the phone and then I'd have my questions here and I would just kind of circle through them. You're not going to ask all of them in a row. You come off like a nut job. But if you're just listening to them, you're like, oh, so wait a minute, your friend did network marketing? Oh, they didn't have a good experience. Yeah, I know. It really does matter what team you sign up with. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. Like I'm on not only the fastest growing team, but servant's heart. These people lead with their heart first. And that's where I want to be. That's where I see you. Do you see yourself joining in a team like that? Like, could you benefit from a community that just wants to pour into you and love on you and like have you have the most success and fulfill your divine purpose? Oh, you're already doing something else. Oh, well, what are you doing? Great. You know what? This would be a perfect tool on your tool belt to piggyback on what you already love to do. I mean, do you have amazing wellness products you did that are science-backed, clinically researched, double, triple blind studied? Like, do you have that? You don't? Okay. Well, if you do, okay, what's the compensation like on that? The compensation. Okay, awesome. So, cause see with this, I just earned $5,000 in January. And I know I have a big network and yada, yada, but that has nothing to do with it. 10 and 2 is the highest rank in this company. What's 10 and 2? It's literally 5 on each side. And then each person knows 2 people, mom, dad, cousin, sister. I mean, I'll draw it out for you. It flows so easily when you just listen and care about people.
Yes, absolutely. I love this. I love that you really got very curious and obsessive, but you already were super invested. And that's one thing that I just want to also say is that you've really invested in your people. You have this burning desire for them to succeed. And that's really working. You have people on this call that are seeing success, doing some really good things. So guys, I just want to just close up. If anybody has any questions for Jack that you specifically want to answer, drop them in here. But I want to just not only honor you, Jack, but I also want to honor both the Dreamers in Action and the Team Win communities, because a lot of what you've told me that you felt wrapped up in community, that Ann White jumped on a call, that I know Brandy, and have this relationship with Lindsay, and just so many people that have no financial connection to you have wrapped you up. And guys, when she talked about being selfish with this, it's one of the things that really makes me relentless about sharing this with people, because I believe the world needs our community more than they need almost anything in the world. They need the income and they need the community. And we have something that is so special. I hope you see it and feel it. I hope you see it and feel how unique it is. And here's Jack telling you that, affirming it's so special and unique, but I hear it all the time. And look around, I'm just seeing all these faces of people who are just this community has drawn in, so special, so set apart, so willing to pour into other people. So honoring you, Jack, but also honoring everyone on this call and everyone that's part of this community.
Yeah, seriously. And that's when I'm in tears just sitting here, and I'm like, I was nervous before, and I'm like, why am I nervous? It's like talking to my friends. These are all my friends. And if I don't know them yet, I'm gonna know them, and I can't wait to hug them and see them. And honestly, you guys have changed my life. Like, you guys don't understand how unseen, unheard I felt. And here I am with you. And it's just a blessing, to be able to reiterate, hey, these are our systems. Again, don't forget, these people care about you. You're not just a number. You're not just earning a cycle. And it's not about that. That's a great bonus. That is a great bonus, but this is a divine blessing from the Lord that we need to go out. And there are so many people suffering without, they don't have the financial freedom. They don't even have the finances to get food. Not only that, they don't have people that will lift them up. Not only that, they don't know anything about wellness products that will change their life and that could truly get them up off the couch and feeling better. Like, we have a job to do. And that's what gets me up in the morning. That's what gets me up early, not as early as Erica, because she's crazy. I love you so much. I really do. I stalk her stories like a creep, but like this is it. And if you guys haven't jumped in, please jump in. It is the 2 with 2, the 6 with 2, the 10 with 2. That's it. That's all you need to know. You're going for 10 people. Write down your dream team list, put their names on your board, and then tell them they're on your board. They're just on your board and you don't say anything. What the heck? They're not going to know how much you love them. Yes. And they might not be ready to run, but you know what? When they are 8 years from now, like I was, yes. It's God's timing. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Okay. Wrap up with this one last thing, because I just got a text somebody saying, what would you do if you were somebody on this call who's like, I'm going for Crystal Manager, watch out by the end of this week? What would you be doing? What are some things you'd tell people?
I'd literally get on the phone with people. That's it. I would voice message people and say, hey, listen, I made my dream team list. I am building a incredible business with people that I freaking love. And you're on that list. Can we hop on the phone? 12 or 1, let me know if you're free. I mean, I got to check my whiteboard because I'm not digital, but get back to me and let me know what day. I'll make time. I'll make space. What day are you free? That's it. I would literally make my list of 10 to start. When you go through those 10, make another 10. I used to make a list of 100. It's way too daunting. Just go with a list of 10, go through that, make another list of 10, go through that. But tell people how much you love them and how much you want to work with them. That's what they need to hear right now. People need to be seen, heard, and honored.
Well, I love it. So you're on my dream team. I will make myself available. When are you free? 12 or 1, which is better for you. So guys, if you're running for it, if you have people on your team who right now have the opportunity to grab the Crystal Manager bonus, go through your back office. Who can we help get there? How many people can we get to hit this Crystal Manager? I want to see collages of people at the end of this week, all the dreamers in action, all the team win people that we're celebrating Crystal Manager. So the people that are eligible for it, you've never been a manager before, or you're an exec, you've been an executive in the past, 2 new consultants you can grab. For most of you, it's probably $450, $250 Crystal Manager bonus, $100 per consultant, unless you've had 20, but you can still grab $100 per consultant if you've not made more than 20 consultants in your history in Isogenics. Guys, I cannot tell you how impressed I am with the people that Jack is bringing to the table. And so she is impressive herself. I know I want you all to come off mute in a second, but I also want to just say people like Jack know people like Jack. And so when you bring someone on who has the heart, the hustle, the grit, the coachability, the influence of a Jack, she knows a Casey Joe and Emily, all these people that are flooding in and building this, bolting on to our already awesome community and bringing us into new levels. And so I just want to say, like, we have an obligation. You feel that I can't be selfish. She said so many things tonight that are so special, so spot on. But I want you to also remember that when you bring one person in, you often bring in a brand new next level community. And so, Jack, thank you for adding to all of us. You are a blessing. Will you guys come off mute? I don't think there's a button for me to take you off mute, but let's give her a round of applause and give her some love.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
You're amazing. Thank you.
Adore you.
Thank you, everybody.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you, Jack.
Rock star.
Thank you so much.
Go,
girl.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Jack.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being on.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.